The scientific discovery of fossilized trees more than 260 million years old has shocked the scientific world. Alongside other fossilized plants recently uncovered in Antarctica, these finds point to something once thought impossible: that the world's coldest, driest continent was once green, vibrant, and alive. Forests stood only a few degrees of latitude from the South Pole, a place where half the year is swallowed in darkness. Scientists now find themselves rethinking what Antarctica was and what our planet once looked like. Over a century ago, explorer Robert Falcon Scott's doomed Antarctic expedition stumbled upon plant fossils over the Beardmore Glacier, less than 310 miles from the pole. Their chief scientist, Edward Wilson, described leaves resembling beech in shape and veination. His claims were brushed aside for decades, dismissed as exaggeration or error. Only in recent years has the scientific community begun to realize Wilson may have been right all along. And when the proof finally surfaced, it stunned even the experts. Antarctica has not always been a frozen wasteland. When it formed part of the southern supercontinent Gondwana, it supported vast forests ranging from temperate woodlands to subtropical jungles. From around 400 million to just 14 million years ago, the southern lands were warmer and greener, shielded from the cold by Gondwana's sheer size, which disrupted the ocean currents that now trap Antarctica in ice. And while these dates paint a picture of deep-time climates, recent research has revealed that even in the far more recent past, around 13,000 years ago, during a period of dramatic global melting, the edges of Antarctica's ice sheets thinned rapidly and retreated in some regions, though not enough to turn the continent green again. This sudden destabilization coincides intriguingly with global flood myths and ancient memories of a shifting world. Professor Jane Francis of the University of Leeds has spent 10 seasons collecting fossil plants there, and even she finds the idea of a green Antarctica astonishing. The ice, she explains, is geologically recent. One of her team's discoveries in the Transantarctic Mountains revealed entire layers of delicate leaves and twigs, shrubs and small trees that lived only 3 to 5 million years ago, among the very last plants to survive before the final freeze. Even earlier, during the age of dinosaurs, Antarctica hosted lush rainforests similar to today's New Zealand. Fossilized logs from massive towering trees still lie scattered across ancient riverbeds. But perhaps the most astonishing thing about these trees was not their size, but their ability to survive the extreme polar light cycle, months of absolute darkness, followed by months of relentless sun. However, if the Earth did experience a pole shift, as described in the original human history movie, perhaps this region was positioned differently than it is today, not at the pole at all, but closer to the equator. In that case, these polar forests may not have been polar in the first place. At any rate, Professor David Bierling's research team grew seedlings under simulated Antarctic conditions to understand how these trees might have endured. They believed that during the endless summer, the trees produced so much food that photosynthesis naturally slowed itself, preserving energy for the long frozen night. Ancient Antarctic forests were far more adaptable and far more resilient than anyone had imagined. In 2016, paleoecologist Eric Gulbrandsen uncovered the oldest polar forest yet found, nearly 280 million years old. Buried rapidly in volcanic ash, these trees were preserved so perfectly that their cellular structure survives today. Some may even have begun petrifying while still alive. Alexander Island off the Antarctic Peninsula contains upright fossil trunks 23 feet tall, roots still locked into ancient soil. Scientists studying the region discovered evidence of tundra there as recently as 12 million years ago. Glaciation, they now know, happened slowly. Antarctica froze one region at a time. The peninsula was the last to vanish beneath the ice. More discoveries in 2018 revealed forests more than 260 million years old, trees that lived through the Permian, the greatest extinction event in Earth's history, when 90% of species perished. Their survival hints at life's extraordinary tenacity, even during global catastrophe. And in April 2020, another revelation stunned the world. remains of a temperate rainforest dating back 90 million years were found beneath the seafloor of the Amundsen Sea. West Antarctica was once swampy, humid, and green compared to modern New Zealand. To sustain such vegetation, the continent must have been almost entirely ice-free, with far higher CO2 levels than previously believed. Alongside these scientific breakthroughs, a more radical idea has emerged from the fringes: that Earth's ancient forests may have been far larger and stranger than we imagine. Some researchers outside the mainstream suggest that certain geological formations around the world resemble the petrified remnants of colossal super trees. According to this view, structures like Australia's Uluru, Wyoming's Devil's Tower, and Ireland's Giant Causeway may be the mineralized stumps of ancient organisms so large that modern trees are but their shadows. While conventional science rejects this idea, the visual symmetry is compelling enough to capture the imagination. This theory echoes other mysteries that continue to swirl around ancient Earth, something we've discussed in other videos too. A 1513 Ottoman world map, the Piri-Reis map, appears to depict Antarctica free of ice, centuries before its official discovery. Historians debate its accuracy, yet its existence fuels speculation that ancient peoples may have preserved memories of a temperate Antarctic homeland now buried beneath miles of ice. Even more provocative is the timing. If some regions of the Antarctic coast destabilized dramatically around 13,000 years ago, shedding ice into the sea during global meltwater pulses, the memory of a shifting southern land may have traveled much farther through human storytelling than we assume. And deep under the continent today, reality rivals myth. Antarctica hides over 400 subglacial lakes, interconnected rivers, entire mountain ranges, and microbial ecosystems sealed away for millions of years. Lake Vostok alone, entombed beneath 2 miles of ice, contains DNA from organisms still unidentified. It is a world beneath a world, as mysterious as any ancient legend. And even more amazing, some geologists propose that before trees dominated the planet, Earth was home to towering fungal giants, prototaxides, massive mushroom-like organisms that rose nearly 30 feet high. Others suggest that rapid petrification events, triggered by ancient volcanic super eruptions or even cosmic electrical events, could have fossilized vast forests in moments, preserving them like snapshots of a world erased. I mean, isn't that amazing? We could literally have had a true mushroom kingdom on Earth at one point. Mario would have been so proud, and so would Sonic for that matter. And hovering in the background is a persistent myth echoed across cultures that Earth once contained a lush southern paradise, a primordial Eden, destroyed in a global cataclysm. And who knows, maybe this was the home of the legendary lost city or continent of Atlantis. Whether symbolic memory or faint echo of prehistoric reality, the resonance is hard to ignore. Antarctica continues to challenge our understanding of Earth's past. Fossil forests, ancient river systems, mysterious maps, megastructures that resemble the stumps of impossible trees, giant formations that actually look like pyramids, and ecosystems sealed beneath the ice all point to one truth: our planet's history is deeper, stranger, and more alive than we ever imagined. And beneath the ice, and perhaps even beneath the stone, more revelations are waiting.
Big news. Patch to Row has officially made its way to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and bookshop.org. The pre-order is live right now, and it'll be hitting shelves across the US on February 28th, 2026. If you've been following Patch to Row over the years, you'll know it's always been a journey of exploring how the tarot itself can evolve. But for this worldwide edition, we decided to take a step back and ground it in the traditional structure first, a classic 78 card deck with all the original symbolism intact. This version, simply called Patch to Row, harmonizes everything from all previous editions into something new. It includes designs from the original deck, cards from Patch to Row 3, and many other new ones that bring it closer to the classic form. Yet even as a classical tarot, Patch Tarot isn't just another deck. It's a full-on exploration of consciousness. Each card blends Kabbalah, alchemy, astrology, and universal wisdom into vibrant, living art. Thousands of people have already shared how Patch Tarot has brought clarity, synchronicity, and magic into their lives. Place your order now using the links in the description, or just search Patch Tarot on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or bookshop.org. You can also visit patchtarot.com to learn more. Your journey into the Spiritverse awaits.